Cabinet gives final approval of the draft of Bogura Development Authority Act 2026. Government pledges full institutional support to investors. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman reaffirms commitment to build a $1 trillion economy by 2034. International Crimes Tribunal sends Muzaffar Hussain to jail in martyr President Ziaur Rahman assassination case. Next hearing set for September 23rd. All investigations and trials related to July killings to be completed within a year. Formal charges in Shapla Chotar massacre to be filed on July the 27th, says Chief Prosecutor. Proper regulatory authority essential to determine professional standards in journalism, says Information and Broadcasting Minister. Dr. Zubaida Rahman calls on doctors and medical students to serve patients with knowledge and compassion. US and Iran continue exchanging strikes despite ceasefire. Trump threatens attacks on bridges and power plants. Cockroach Janata Party (CJP) continues protests in India. Narendra Modi orders fast-track courts for question paper leak scandal. And FIFA announces best 11 of World Cup Football 2026. Messi, Mbappe, Haaland and Vozinha in the list. Assalamu alaikum. This is Shamim Khan, welcoming you all to News at 10. Those were the headlines. We now move on to the news in details. The Cabinet today gave in principle and final approval to the draft of Bogura Development Authority Act 2026, aiming to ensure planned, sustainable and disaster-resilient urban development in Bogura and its adjoining areas. The approval came from the 14th meeting of the Cabinet held today at the Cabinet Division at the Bangladesh Secretariat, with Prime Minister Tariq Rahman in the chair. The draft law was placed by the Ministry of Housing and Public Works. According to the summary of the proposed law, the legislation has been formulated to establish a planned modern city encompassing Bogura and its surrounding areas by maintaining the region's geo-natural environment and ecological balance, preventing unplanned urbanization, ensuring disaster-resilient urban management, and promoting information technology and tourism industries. Under the proposed law, a statutory body titled Bogura Development Authority will be formed, comprising a chairman, full-time members and representatives from different government agencies to oversee planned urban development in Bogura City Corporation and adjacent areas. The authority will prepare a phase planning framework ranging from a master plan to development projects and local area plans through statutory procedures including public hearings and prior publication. The draft law also incorporates strict environmental provisions to protect rivers, canals, water bodies, playgrounds and open spaces. The proposed law also provides for imprisonment and fines for offences such as unauthorized construction and illegal filling of water bodies. The Cabinet gave final approval to the draft law, subject to vetting by the Legislative and Parliamentary Affairs Division. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman called upon foreign investors to expand their footprint in Bangladesh, pledging a business-friendly environment backed by policy reforms, legal protection and government support to drive investment, job creation and long-term economic growth. The Prime Minister made the remarks while addressing the Foreign Investors Chamber of Commerce and Industry FICCI FDI conference titled Driving Foreign Investment for Jobs and Prosperity in Bangladesh at Bangladesh-China Friendship Conference Center in the city today. He said that his government is committed to creating a rule-based, globally connected and private sector-driven economy. He noted that his government is now modernizing legal and regulatory framework, strengthening investor protection, improving dispute resolution, simplifying tax and VAT administration, and making it easier to repatriate profits. Noting that the government is determined to build a $1 trillion economy by 2034, he said, "Our first budget provides targeted incentives for priority sectors."
We are modernizing our legal and regulatory framework, strengthening investor protection, improving dispute resolution, simplifying tax and VAT administration, and making it easier to repatriate profits. We are also developing a stronger capital market, encouraging startups, reducing unnecessary regulation, cutting red tape, simplifying government procedures, and digitizing public services. At the same time, we are improving ports, logistics, infrastructure, and energy security, while encouraging greater investment in renewable energy. Our government is determined to build a $1 trillion economy by 2034. Our first budget provides targeted incentives for priority sectors, including renewable energy, pharmaceuticals, electronics, digital services, agro-processing, advanced textile, healthcare, and logistics. We are positioning Bangladesh as a manufacturing hub, expanding and diversifying our ready-made garment industry, and investing in the skills, know-how, and technologies needed for human capital development. Bangladesh's future depends not only on attracting investors, but also on building lasting partnership. I invite every business leader in this room to become part of that future. Together, we can build an economy that is stronger, equitable, and inclusive. I welcome all of you to invest and flourish in Bangladesh. Let us grow together, create jobs, and shape Bangladesh. Let us become partners in building a prosperous and globally connected Bangladesh.
FICCI President Rupali Haq Chaudhry delivered welcome address, and Chairman of Policy Exchange Bangladesh Dr. Masroor Riaz spoke in the event. A plenary session was held prior to this. Participants in the session included Commerce Minister Khondakar Abdul Muqtadir, Prime Minister's Advisor on Financial Planning Rashid Al Mahmood Titumir, Advisor to the Prime Minister Rehan Asif Asad, Executive Chairman of BIDA Chaudhry Ashik Mahmood bin Haroon, and Special Assistant to the Prime Minister Tanveer Ghani. The plenary session was moderated by Mahdi Amin, Advisor to the Prime Minister and spokesperson for the Prime Minister's office. Before joining that conference, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman visited the Investors Expo organized by FICCI on BCFCC premises and exchanged views with representatives of participating companies and organizations. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman and outgoing Chief of Naval Staff Admiral M. Najmul Hassan today conferred the rank badge of Vice Admiral on newly appointed Chief of Naval Staff Rear Admiral Khondakar Misbahul Azim. The rank badge was formally conferred at a ceremony at the Prime Minister's Armed Forces Division office in Dhaka Cantonment this morning. The Premier congratulated the newly appointed Chief of Naval Staff on the occasion, while Vice Admiral Khondakar Misbahul Azim expresses gratitude to the Prime Minister on behalf of Bangladesh Navy. Prime Minister's Defence Advisor Brigadier General Retired Dr. A.K.M. Shamsul Islam, Chief of Air Staff Air Chief Marshal Hassan Mahmud Khan, Quartermaster General of the Army, Lieutenant General Muhammad Shaheenur Rahman, Principal Staff Officer of the Armed Forces Division, Lieutenant General Mir Mushfiqur Rahman, Prime Minister's Military Secretary, Major General Abul Hasnat Muhammad Tariq, and Prime Minister's Additional Press Secretary, Atikur Rahman Rumun, were present at the function. Khandukar Misbah Azim joined Bangladesh Navy on January the 1st, 1987 and was commissioned in the executive branch in 1989. He completed his initial naval training with distinction in the Royal Malaysian Navy. Alongside advanced academic and military training at home and abroad, he earned a PhD in maritime governance. Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed commented that President Mohammad Shahabuddin is free to resign if he chooses, whether for health reasons or any other reason. He informed this while talking to newsmen at the Secretariat today. The Home Minister said the government has made no comment regarding President's resignation. He added that the President can resign to the Speaker due to health reasons. The Home Minister emphasized that there is a clear constitutional procedure in this regard. Heavy rain and upstream flows are raising water levels in several rivers across northern and northeastern region of the country, increasing risk of flooding in the coming days. According to Bangladesh Water Development Board, rising river levels could occur short-term flooding in Lalmonirhat, Nilphamari, Rangpur, Gaibandha, Kurigram, Sylhet, Sunamganj, Netrokona and Nagaon. The latest data of the Flood Forecasting and Warning Center said 3 rivers are currently flowing above danger level. The Kushiara River is flowing 35 centimeters above the danger mark at Fenchuganj in Sylhet and 2 centimeters above at Markuli Point in Sunamganj. The Shomeshwari River is flowing 5 centimeters above danger level at Kolmakanda in Netrokona. On the other hand, water levels in Muhuri, Feni and Halda rivers have fallen. However, the Shongu and Matamuhuri rivers in Bandarban, Coxbazar and Chattogram may reach danger level within the next 2 days. Among the country's major rivers, the Brahmaputra remains stable while water levels in the Jamuna and Ganges Podda are rising. Over the next 2 days, rivers in parts of Kurigram, Gaibandha, Jamalpur, Bogura, Shirajganj and Tangal may reach the danger level. Water levels in the Tista and Dhorala rivers have declined slightly. The reconstituted Bangladesh Press Accreditation Committee held its first meeting today at the conference room of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. The meeting was chaired by Chief Information Officer Syed Abdul Ahmed, while Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapun delivered keynote address, providing policy guidance to the committee. Earlier this month, the committee was reconstituted in accordance with the press accreditation policy and an official order to that effect was issued. The meeting was attended by Member Secretary, Senior Deputy Chief Information Officer of the Department of Information and other committee members. It is worth noting that a new press accreditation policy was introduced in 2025. Under the revised policy, the previous system of permanent and temporary accreditation cards has been replaced with a single unified press accreditation card which will be valid for 3 years. According to the policy, each news organization may apply for accreditation cards for up to 30% of a journalist, subject to a maximum of 15 cards per organization. The policy also provides for district-level journalists to receive the accreditation cards through the respective district authorities. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited Prime Minister Tariq Rahman to attend the 18th BRICS Summit as a special guest in New Delhi on September 12 to 13, said State Minister of Foreign Affairs Shama Ubaid Islam today. The invitation has been received by Ministry of Foreign Affairs and forwarded it to the Prime Minister's office, she told reporters at the Foreign Ministry this afternoon. India, which is set to host the 18th BRICS Summit, has invited Bangladesh Premier to the gathering, although Bangladesh is not a member of the grouping. Earlier, a delegation of Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce and Industry, SABCCI, led by its President Ashraful Haq Chaudhry, paid a courtesy call on State Minister of Foreign Affairs Shama Ubaid Islam at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Ziaur Rahman Foundation Vice President Dr. Zubaida Rahman urged doctors and medical students to serve patients with compassion while pursuing academic excellence. She made the call this morning while speaking as chief guest at the annual cultural competition and award ceremony for outstanding students at Holy Family Red Crescent Medical College in Dhaka. Dr. Zubaida said culture is the foundation of civilization and medical profession is centered on serving people. Speaking at the event, Social Welfare Minister Dr. A. Zainab Zahid Hussain said BNP always initiated welfare-oriented programs for the country. He said late President Ziaur Rahman launched initiatives such as Notun Kuri, while former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia played an important role in promoting women's education. The current government is continuing efforts to advance education, culture, sports and national development, Zahid Hussain added. Chief Whip Nurul Islam Moni said Holy Family Hospital has long been associated with the Zia family and the government is taking necessary steps to further develop the country's health sector. BNP Chairperson's advisor Muazzam Hussain Alal, Ziaur Rahman Foundation Executive Director Professor Dr. Farhad Halim Donar, Bangladesh Red Crescent Society Chairman Barrister Abdul Salam, Vice Chairman Professor Dr. Rafiqul Kabir, Treasurer Dr. Mufakkar Islam Rana and Doctors Association of Bangladesh President Professor Dr. Harun Al-Rashid also addressed the program. Holy Family Red Crescent Medical College Principal Professor Dr. K.M. Majibul Haq presided over the function. International Crimes Tribunal ordered that former Army officer Muzaffar Hussain, who was recently arrested in connection with assassination case of former President Ziaur Rahman, be formally shown as arrested in crimes against humanity case over his alleged involvement in July mass uprising. The order was issued this afternoon by International Crimes Tribunal 2, headed by Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhry, after Muzaffar Hussain was produced before the court. The tribunal also granted investigators 2 days to interrogate him. Earlier in the day, Muzaffar Hussain was brought to the tribunal in an army vehicle. On Tuesday, the tribunal ordered his appearance following an application filed by the prosecution. Speaking on the matter, the chief prosecutor said Muzaffar Hussain is alleged to have maintained close links with another accused in July case, former army officer Masooduddin Chaudhry. He added that investigators believe Muzaffar may possess important information regarding alleged enforced disappearance and extrajudicial killings that took place during 16 years of Awami League rule. Foreign Minister Dr. Khalilur Rahman today reaffirmed Bangladesh's steadfast commitment to dialogue, multilateralism and rule-based international order while addressing the 33rd ASEAN Regional Forum ARF ministerial meeting in Manila. The Foreign Minister expressed satisfaction and appreciation for the support extended by participating countries to Bangladesh's candidature for the presidency of 81st session of the United Nations General Assembly. He called on all states to exercise maximum restraint in addressing maritime disputes, uphold international law, including United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNICLOS, and resolve differences through peaceful dialogue. On Rohingya crisis, Dr. Khalilur Rahman said, Rohingya are not stateless people by circumstance, they are stateless by design. It is a political failure demanding a political solution. He called upon ARF participants to collectively support to efforts to create conditions in Myanmar conducive to the safe, voluntary, dignified and sustainable repatriation of the Rohingyas to their homeland in the Rakhine State. Addressing climate-related security challenges, the Foreign Minister noted that Bangladesh, as one of the countries most vulnerable to climate change and natural disasters, remains committed to promoting enhanced regional cooperation in disaster preparedness and early warning systems. Now, international.